Alright, let's talk about Liquid Brun by French Avenue. Now, this is a clone of Altair from the house of Fragrance World. Now, French Avenue is more of their niche lineup along with Paris Corner. So I'm very interested to see what they have going on. I have smelled Altair before and I liked it, but I didn't love it. So I'm interested to see if this makes the formula or DNA more wearable. And guys, this is how you open up the box. You open it from here. I was opening it up from here and not understanding why it wouldn't open, but you're actually supposed to open it from the Liquid Brun side. So it's like that. And then here you go. Here's your Liquid Brun. Now, I have smelled Altair before. I was a fan, but I wasn't in love with it. Like, I wouldn't say I could have justified spending $300+ on the fragrance. However, when this dropped, everybody was glazing this, saying this is the best version of Altair. Smells the same, lasts longer, but the price model on this was a little bit high at the time. These were going for about $60 to $70 when it first launched, but you can get them now for about $30 to $35. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed them. If you just give these fragrances about 2-3 months on the market, they'll drop eventually to the 30s and 40s. So it's always a good idea just to give it some time. But here's the presentation we have today. Very pretty bottle. So I was expecting more of a gold-orange design, but this is more of a bronze and brown design. Not bad at all. Still looks really nice, high quality. You got the gold accents all over, the little gem up top, and as well as on the front, especially it says Liquid Brun right here. We have our notes here, actually. I'm very interested to see. So we got cinnamon, bergamot, cardamom, orange blossom, which would lead to this alone should give it a really nice scent profile. Of course, we have vanilla and bourbon vanilla at that. With Alimi as well, and then musk, praline, and broxin, and gaiac wood. Now, gaiac wood is going to give it more of a smoky vibe, and then the praline as well, just because it has almost a chocolatey note to it. Of course, the musk is going to add some depth. Then, of course, we have cinnamon up top. So, cinnamon and vanilla just reminds me a little bit of maybe Wajan, but this doesn't have the honey note, of course. So, very interested to see what it smells like. Now, I did smell Altair before, and it is a very interesting fragrance. It reminds me a little bit of Wajan, but more wearable. Of course, no honey in that fragrance. A little bit more of a cinnamon vanilla fragrance that's fresh from what I remember. But let's see what it smells like. I'd give the atomizer about a 7. It's a little bit weak, but not bad at all. I would say right off the bat, this is more wearable than Altair. I do get that gaiac wood off the top. It's more smoky than anything right off the rip. It almost gives me by the fireplace vibes. I may have sprayed too much. I did do about 5 sprays on my wrist, but as of right now, it kind of gives me fresher and more clean by the fireplace vibes right now. And maybe my batch as well. Here's the batch that I've got right here, guys. This is produced in January, so it's a January batch right here. As of right now, though, I get vanilla, gaiac wood, so definitely smoky vanilla, with a little bit of that bourbon, of course. It is nice overall. I'm actually interested to spray it on a tester strip. But yeah, right now what I'm getting off the rip is just fresh vanilla, some warm spices, and then some smoky woodiness, which is quite different. When I sprayed Altair, that one was more of a fresh vanilla, not really smoky, but it was a little bit musky. I'm interested. Let's just spray this on a tester strip. Just want to see if it's any different on the tester strip versus what I'm smelling on my skin. Could be my skin chemistry. Tester strip reminds me a little bit more of what I smelled. So it could just be my skin chemistry, because I didn't spray Altair on my skin because I didn't like it enough to spray on my skin. But it doesn't have the smoky note on the tester strip. But on my skin, there is a spiced smoky note, along with a strong dose of woodiness that comes out on my skin. On the tester strip, it's more of a musky, fresh vanilla, a little bit mature, but still very wearable. It does have a hint of pepperiness to it, but it doesn't have that like heavy gaiac wood that it does on my skin. The peppered woodiness definitely comes out a little bit more for me. But overall, it's a really nice fragrance. I mean, it's definitely different. I would say if you're looking for something that's a little bit more on the fresh, warm, spicy, woody side, with a hint of pepper on there, I would say it varies based on your skin type. You may feel that it's a little bit more peppery or a little bit less peppery. Same thing with the woodiness. It may be less woody for you or more woody. I would say on my skin, the woodiness is starting to die down a little bit. The pepperiness is coming out a little bit more, and I am getting more vanilla as time progresses. I would say right now I'm getting that bourbon vanilla and a fresh spicy accord more than anything. It's giving me a spiced vanilla vibe. It's still fresh, but more of a fresh spicy vibe. Very wearable. It doesn't have like a dirty pepper vibe. It's a very refined and clean pepper. You can tell the ingredients are high quality in this. It is overall pretty good. I'd give it about an 8.2, 8.3 out of 10. It's pretty solid. I mean, you definitely can't go wrong with this one. If you're looking for that vibe, like you want something that's like a spiced vanilla with just a hint of woodiness in there, you're gonna love this fragrance. I'm not really getting any of the other notes. I'm looking through, maybe a hint of cinnamon that's contributing to that spiced vibe. I don't get a strong dose of bergamot or orange blossom. It's definitely the cardamom now that I'm looking at the notes. Now that I know it's cardamom, it's a standout because I do love my cardamom based coffees, and this reminds me just like that now that I've actually been able to see the notes here. So it's good that we have these just to base off of. So basically what I would say, guys, what you're gonna get out of this is the cardamom, bourbon vanilla. You're gonna get some of the musk, maybe a hint of ambroxan and gaiac wood, and those are the notes that I'm getting completely. I don't really get praline, elemi, orange blossom, or bergamot out of this, but the rest I do get hints of, especially for the vanilla, the cardamom, and a little bit of that gaiac wood. But it is a really nice fragrance overall, especially if you give it just a few minutes. The heavy dose of the gaiac wood will die down a little bit because it does start off smelling very smoky woods heavy. It did remind me of By the Fireplace when I first sprayed it on for the first 2 minutes or so. So I'm very glad that it kind of died down because I'm not a huge fan of By the Fireplace. It is a cozy fragrance, but I'm not a huge fan of smoky fragrances in general. So that smokiness dies down pretty quickly. Then it becomes more of a musky bourbon vanilla type of vibe with a little bit of cinnamon and cardamom in there. So definitely really nice. You can't go wrong with this one. Liquid Brun. Definitely gonna be in my rotation now. I do love my sweet fragrances overall. I'm trying to get more into fresh fragrances with it being closer to the summertime now. So I think I'm gonna get Alexandria Fragrances Brasilia Cologne, since I really love Aventus Cologne. But the longevity on it is not the best, so I'm hoping with Alexandria making an extrait version that it's going to last a long time. So I'm gonna make a video on that as well. And thank you so much for watching. This gets, I'm going to do a final score of 8.4 to 8.5 because it's actually getting better and better on my skin. Put it in the middle. We'll do 8.4 out of 10 for Liquid Brun. Very solid fragrance. I can already tell it's going to last about 6-7 hours on my skin just based off of where it's at right now. I would recommend spraying this on yourself about 6 or 7 times and you'll be good for the day. Projection on this, about 1.5 feet, and that's with a total of about 2 to 3 sprays. So I would say definitely do about 6 to 7 sprays and you'll get about 1.5 to 2 feet of projection, lasting about 6 to 7 hours. So definitely a solid fragrance. It'll get you through your day, whether that's your school day or your work day or your date night, and you'll be good to go. So Liquid Brun by French Avenue, 8.4 out of 10.